When we last talked about ways to finance a purchase, I left out one of the alternatives available. I did this on purpose because it is not a very well-known system in the United States, and up until a few months ago, no alternative existed for auto loans. This system is called Savings Club, and it has been used informally in the United States for decades. Most of its use happened among friends and family looking to finance a vacation or Christmas presents, which is why this system is also known as Vacation Club or Christmas Club. These names, though, are used when you're financing for those specific needs. When using it to finance everything else, you call it a savings club. Here's the cool thing about Savings Club. It is interest-free. Yes, you heard that right. Nobody pays interest. This means that when you're buying your vehicle, you're not losing money to compound interest rates, and you're not caught up in the depreciation trap. This system works so well that in Brazil, for example, almost 1/3 of all vehicles in the country are financed in this manner. This financing system is so popular in Brazil that it is used to purchase real estate, boats, airplanes, home renovation, dental work, and even plastic surgery. But Brazil is not the only country where people take advantage of this system to avoid debt traps. There is a very long list of countries that includes, but is not limited to, Mexico, India, South Africa, China, Vietnam, Philippines, Egypt, South Korea, Japan, Guatemala, Peru, Romania, and Scotland. This system is amazing because it allows people to finance each other without the need for a credit history and without having to pay compound interest rates and hidden fees that traditional financing imposes. Its popularity continues to grow everywhere it goes, and it is the future of financing. Alright, let's get down to the details of how this system works. Let's suppose that you and a group of 4 other friends are interested in buying the newest iPhone, and it costs $1,000. None of you have $1,000 today, but all of you can spare $200 per month for the next 5 months. You get together and start a savings club to purchase an iPhone. The idea is that every month, all members of the club are going to deposit $200 in a savings account, and every month, one of the members will withdraw $1,000 from the account to go purchase an iPhone. Since the members are lending to each other, it is impossible for everyone to go buy an iPhone at the same time. In order for this to work, all members need to agree on taking turns every month to withdraw the money. One of the members is going to be the first, and one is going to be the last. You might think that the last person is the loser of the club, but in reality, there are people with various different needs out there, and there is always going to be people that are not in a hurry to purchase and can wait until later to make their purchase. Some members are just looking to use the system to save money and not necessarily make a purchase. I am Brazilian, and I remember when I was young and my father participated in one of those savings clubs back in Brazil. He got into a savings club to purchase a basic Volkswagen Gol. He paid every month and used it with the primary goal of saving money. At some point, he decided to be the last person in the club, and once he was done paying everything, he got a check with the total amount of the vehicle he wanted to buy. Instead of buying the car, he decided instead to use the cash to renovate our home. But he also felt that if it wasn't for the savings club, he wouldn't have managed to save all that money by himself, and he would have probably spent that money with something else along the way. Every savings club have different members with different needs, and that is why it works out great for everyone. Remember our iPhone example? Now let's assume that you still have your old iPhone in good working condition, and despite your excitement about new features in the newest iPhone, you can wait a couple of months to get it. However, one of your friends just lost his phone and needs a replacement right away. He'd be a prime candidate to be the first one to get the first iPhone, and you'd feel okay to help him with that and waiting your turn on a later round. Great! Now you understand how a savings club works. Let's talk about some terminology and the operational details. The savings account that you and your friends made your monthly contributions is called a common fund. The common fund is the place where all the club's fund is deposited every month, and it is also the fund that lends money to all club members to make their purchases. The amount of money that the club can loan to each member is called the club value. No member can borrow more than the club value. The monthly dues are calculated by dividing the club value by the number of months on the term of the club. In the iPhone example, the term was 5 months and the club value was $1,000. That is why each club member had to make monthly payments of $200 for 5 months. And that is also why it is not possible to borrow more money than the club value. There wouldn't be enough money in the fund for that to happen. It is possible to borrow less than the club value though. In this case, the delta becomes a credit towards your balance, and you pay only exactly the amount that you used at the end of the day. When you're selected to be the next person to borrow from the fund, you're actually receiving a credit voucher. The credit voucher is a guaranteed, pre-approved, interest-free loan that you get from the fund when you get your turn, and you use that voucher to make your purchase. Great! Now that you know the terminology, let's talk about how to make this system practical for purchasing things more expensive than an iPhone and in a club with people that you don't know personally. Like I said in the beginning, people use this system in Brazil to purchase real estate. Most clubs have thousands of members. It would be impossible to manage a club with thousands of members making purchases in the tune of dozens of thousands of dollars the same way that you manage a club with a handful of close friends and family members. That is why in Brazil there is a company that manages the club for the club members. This company is responsible for establishing the club, inviting members, collecting payments, distributing credit vouchers, and securing the loans. These savings club administrators charge a small fee on top of your monthly contributions to the common fund in order to cover operational expenses. This fee, however, is a flat fee and doesn't compound like interest fees do. And the benefit isn't that it is just cheaper. It also allows for you to actually build equity on your vehicle over time. Alright, let's slow down a bit and go back to the savings club administrator. In the United States, there is currently only one such administrator offering clubs for auto loans, and the name of the company is Savings.Club. Savings.Club is a child company of the startup studio and VC firm called XNV, of which I am a co-founder and CEO. We launched Savings.Club in June 2022, and since then, we've been gathering a lot of interest from the public. The company is growing at a staggering rate of 146% month over month at the time of this recording. And it is already helping people save dozens of thousands of dollars with their auto loans. As a business, Savings.Club aims to offer financing solutions for Americans with rates that can be as low as 0.99% EAPR, but never higher than 9.9% EAPR. We'll talk more about EAPR later, but for now, all that you need to know is that EAPR stands for Equivalent Annual Percentage Rate. And although it is not an interest rate and it doesn't compound, it is an equivalent number you can use to compare a loan from Savings.Club to any traditional loan on the market. If you think about the current financial situation in the United States with the highest inflation rates and highest increases in interest rates seen in the past decades, the expectations for getting a loan at anywhere near 0.99% are essentially zero at this point. Most auto loans for people with a decent credit score are going for an average of 7% right now. And the lowest you can possibly get with a perfect credit score and a massive down payment is something closer to 4%. People with an average credit score are getting offers at around 16%, and people with low or no credit score are seeing offers north of 25%. Remember how the examples we worked in the beginning of the course, we used only 8%, and the loan was a complete financial failure throughout the whole term? 8% is a rate that most people can only dream of right now. But on Savings.Club, we can offer decent rates for everyone because we don't need to incur the same excessive costs and investor requirements that banks and finance institutions do. So our operational expenses are kept to a minimum.